Hi, good day everyone. I am the discussant. Mr. Jason L. Camuñas is my professor in the teaching profession. I am Mae Eripol from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, Section 3A. The title of my report is Lesson 9 Excerpts from Republic Act 8980, or an act promulgating a comprehensive policy and a national system for early childhood care and development, or what we call ECCD, providing funds, therefore, and for other purposes. It includes with Chapter 6, Other Education and Teacher-Related Laws. Objectives is, at the end of this lesson, the student should be able to examine the excerpts of National System for Early Childhood Care and Development, or ECCD, define and analyze ECCD Act, and determine the importance of excerpts from Republic Act 8980. Brief introduction. The DSWD, DECS, DOH, and DILG shall support the implementation by LGUs of the National ECCD program and shall include in their respective annual general appropriations beginning the fiscal year following the approval of this act the necessary funding to achieve the goal of national coverage within a 5-year period and sustain the program from there on. The work and financial plan of the DSWD, DECS, DOH, and DILG shall be coordinated with the Council. So, primary health care programs, prenatal and postnatal care growth, monitoring and promotion of supplementary nutrition programs shall continue to be funded through the LGUs. Discussion. Section 1. Short title. This act shall be known as the ECCD Act. Section 2. Declaration of Policy. It is hereby declared the policy of the state to promote the rights of children to survival, development, and special protection with full recognition of the nature of childhood and its special needs, and to support parents in their roles as primary caregivers and as their children's first teachers. The state shall institutionalize a national system for early childhood care and development that is comprehensive, integrative, and sustainable, that involves multi-sectoral and interagency collaboration at the national and local levels among government. Section 3. Objectives. The objectives of the national ECCD system are: first, to achieve improved infant and child survival rates. It is by ensuring that adequate health and nutrition programs are accessible. Second, to enhance language development of young children. Also, we need to enhance physical, social, emotional, cognitive, psychological, and spiritual. Third, to enhance the role of parents and other caregivers, for them as the primary caregivers and educators. It is very important to enhance their role from birth onwards to fulfill their obligation. To facilitate a smooth transition from care and education provided at home. It is home to community or school-based setting and to primary school. To enhance the capabilities of service providers and other supervisors to comply. Enhance with quality standards for various ECCD programs. To enhance and sustain the efforts of communities to promote ECCD programs. Also, to ensure that special support is provided for poor and disadvantaged communities. To to ensure that young children are adequately prepared for the formal learning system and that both public and private schools are responsive to the developmental needs of those children. To establish an efficient system for early identification, prevention, referral, and intervention. It is for developmental disorders and disabilities in early childhood. Lastly, to improve the quality standards of public and private ECCD programs through a registration and credential system for ECCD service providers. Section 4. Definitions. For purposes of this Act, Early Childhood Care and Development System refers to the full range of health, nutrition, early education, and social services programs that provide for the basic holistic needs of young children from birth to age 6 to promote their optimum growth and development. So these programs include center-based programs and home-based programs. ECCD service providers include the various professionals, paraprofessionals, and volunteers, caregivers who are directly responsible for the care and education of young children through the various center and home-based programs. So they include daycare workers, teachers, rural health midwives, social workers, community health workers, barangay nutrition scholars, and etc. ECCD curriculum refers to the age-appropriate and developmentally appropriate educational objectives, program of activities, organized learning experiences, and recommended learning materials for children that are implemented by service providers through center and home-based programs. It shall consist of national program goals and guidelines, instructional objectives, and etc. Lastly, parent education refers to the various formal and alternative means of providing parents and information, skills, and support system to assist them in their roles as their children's primary caregivers and educators. So, these include public and private parent education programs linked to center, home, and media-based child care and education programs. Section 5. System framework and components. The ECCD system shall include the following components. ECCD curriculum. It is focusing on children's total development according to their individual needs and socio-cultural background. Parent education and involvement, advocacy, and mobilization of communities. Active partners or other stakeholders, advocates for community concerns that affect children. Human Resource Development Program. It establishes mechanisms for the systematic professionalization of ECCD service providers. ECCD management. It is focuses on continuing process of planning, implementation, supervision, financial management, monitoring, evaluation, and reporting. Quality standards and accreditation. It ensures that each component in the ECCD system complies with national quality standards to be established by the National ECCD Coordinating Council as provided for under Section 8. Section 6. Establishment of ECCD system. The national ECCD system shall be established in at least 3 regions each year. May be determined by the National ECCD Coordinating Council to achieve national coverage over at least 5-year period. Section 7. Implementing arrangements and operational structures. The implementation of the national ECCD system shall be the joint responsibility of the national government agencies, local government units, non-government organizations, and private organizations that are accredited to deliver the services or to provide training and technical assistance. First is responsibilities of the national government. They shall consolidate existing program implementing guidelines that ensure consistency in integrated services delivery within the national ECCD system. It includes the DECS that shall promote the national ECCD program in schools and private and public schools. Preschools shall be registered by the provincial or city ECCD coordinating committee. Responsibilities of local government units. So, LGU shall be primarily responsible for implementing the national ECCD program, supporting the organization of parent cooperatives, ensuring that service providers of public ECCD programs and providers counterpart funds for the training and continuing education of ECCD service providers. Lastly, responsibilities of families and communities. The families and communities shall support the local ECCD programs by participating in various projects for the overall development of their children. Section 8. Creation of National Coordinating Council and Coordinating Committees for ECCD. To ensure the sustained interagency and multi-sectoral collaboration from the national, provincial, city, or municipal to barangay levels, a National Coordinating Council and Provincial, City, or Municipal and Barangay Coordinating Committees shall be organized in National ECCD Coordinating Council, Provincial ECCD Coordinating Committee, and City or Municipal ECCD Coordinating Committee. It includes the composition, functions, and secretariat. Section 9. Financing ECCD programs. ECCD programs at the community level shall be financed through a combination of public and private funds. All public ECCD program providers shall prioritize young children from families who are greatest need and who can at least afford private sector programs. First, public support for ECCD programs. Government shall support public ECCD program through cost-sharing arrangements that shall involve the LGUs and counterpart funds from the national government agencies for technical assistance and support. Second, support for ECCD program. It can be solicited from local and international civic organization, private, philanthropic foundations to supplement available resources. And lastly, costs to be shouldered by families. The Council shall monitor user fees and contributions allowed for both public and private programs to ensure that these are affordable. Section 10. Appropriations for the implementation of this Act. The amount of 400 million pesos per year for 5 years is hereby appropriated for the national ECCD program at of the Council effective upon approval of this Act. Expenses for ECCD programs and technical support packages provided by the DSWD, DECS, DOH, DILG, DOLE, DA, DOJ, NEDA, and NNC shall be specified as separate line items in their respective annual budgets in the General Appropriations Act. Section 11. Annual Report. The Council shall, at the close of each calendar year, submit an annual report to Congress. It is to giving detailed account of its proceedings and accomplished during the year, making recommendations for the adoption of measures that will improve the national ECCD system. Section 12. Separability clause of if any provision of this Act is declared unconstitutional. Section 12. Separability clause. If any provision of this Act is declared unconstitutional, the same shall not affect the validity and effectivity of the other provisions thereof. Section 13. Repealing clause. Pertinent provisions of Presidential Decree Number 603 and Executive Order Number 233, all laws, decrees, executive orders, presidential proclamations, rules, and regulations, or inconsistent with the provisions of this Act are hereby repealed and modified accordingly. Section 14. Implementing rules and regulations. The Council, in consultation with all appropriate government agencies and non-government organizations, shall formulate and issue the necessary rules and regulations. The implementation of this Act is within 90 days after the effectivity of this Act. Section 15. Effectivity clause. This Act shall take effect 15 days after its publication in the official Gazette or in at least 2 newspapers of general circulation. This was approved on December 5, 2000. Conclusions. There shall be created 2 permanent positions of Deputy Executive Directors to be appointed by the Council, one of whom shall be exclusively concerned with ECCD programs and activities, and the other exclusively with the existing functions of the CWC. The Deputy Executive Directors shall be assisted the senior technical staff to be seconded from the DSWD, DECS, DOH, DILG, DOLE, DA, DOJ, NEDA, and NNC for a period of at least 2 years, subject to renewal, and shall be entitled to whatever additional remuneration the law allows for such secondment. That's all. Thank you for listening, and this is my station. To implement program is to promulgate. These are my reference. Thank you for watching.